Good morning, everyone. Who really understands children? Sometimes they can be sweet-natured and predictable, giving us the inclination to wrap our arms around them and hug them and love them from the moon and back. Or they can be complicated and unpredictable, making us want to pull our hair or turn gray, one or the other. We just might not know what to expect in any given situation, but it may be helpful to take the time to understand how children develop physically, intellectually, and emotional aspects of their life to give that special insight. First of all, when we look at the aspect of physical development of a child, we can obtain awareness of their health, their nutritional needs, and safety measures. This can help a parent or caregiver understand what is needed to ensure a healthy and well-balanced child. It's like the quote by Han Zhenhua states, "Only if a child feels right can he think right." It is important in a child's physical development that they may be given the opportunity to engage in outdoor activities such as bike riding, playing team sports, skateboarding, swimming, etc. It is also important that the parent or caregiver encourage the child at any early age to eat a well-balanced meal. According to Lynn Marantz, Marie Cross, and Janisha Rush, well-nourished children are more alert and attentive and are better able to benefit from physical activity and learning experiences. For example, I work at a public school, and some years back, I remember this scrawny, petite little kid. He was caught by different teachers looking into the breakfast bags so that he could get some food. This child was never able to concentrate, to focus on his studies. Why? This child was always hungry. This child's nutritional needs were not being met. So it does affect a child. Furthermore, safety is a concern because the well-being of the child is directly affected by a safe environment. Even an accident that results in a minor injury can have a great and immediate impact on a child's health and as well as any learning and any participation in any activities. Those activities can be temporarily interrupted. It may keep a child out of school for a very long time, result in medical expenses, and even may increase the stress for both the child and the parent. Next, so when dealing with stressful situations for both the child and the parent, we must consider the children's emotional development. Next, we can look at the aspect of the emotional development of the child. So this can also involve aggressiveness, fearfulness, and unhappiness. Where aggressiveness in children is involved, they tend to have poor relations and difficulty in their academic skills. According to Jane Brooks, Gerald Patterson believes that family members train children to be aggressive by inconsistent rewards for positive or negative behaviors. An example would be when parents laugh at a mischievous defiance or don't give consequences when children ignore them. refuse to do what they say, or yell at them. So parents need to be available when they are emotionally distressed. Now, in dealing with fears, as children age, they become less fearful. For example, general fears of animals and the dark tend to decrease. Now, specific phobias, such as fear of snakes and storms, may remain. Parents can take comfort in knowing that most children go through periods of unhappiness and have troubles, but they must understand them and offer assurance. Children can be unhappy with the loss of a parent, birth of a sibling, parental fights, or even any embarrassing situation. Again, as I mentioned before that I worked in a public school, I've been given the opportunity to work with children who experience trauma. These children are greatly affected by what they've gone through. It is very difficult for them to concentrate. So those children need that one-on-one. They need a lot of redirection. They need a lot of understanding. And for this reason, someone needs to work with them. Finally, when you provide the child with opportunities, it allows the child to develop intellectually. Piaget, who is a theorist in child development, identifies the 4 stages of cognitive or intellectual development, which include the first stage, which is the sensory motor stage, and that's from birth to 2 years. In this stage, children learn through their senses. The second stage is called the pre-operational stage, and it's between the ages of 2 and 7. This is where children think symbolically. Some examples can be when the child thinks that a broom is a horse, a brush is a microphone, and so on. Now, the third stage is called the concrete operational stage, and that's between the years of 7 and 12. And this is where children think logically and rationally. For example, think of elementary level children. They are sensible and are able to make their decisions based on intelligent thinking rather than emotions. And the last stage is called formal operational stage, and that's from 12 years up until adulthood. And this is where they have the ability to think in an abstract manner, manipulating ideas without having to depend on the concrete. Here again, Jane Brooks says, parents must recognize that shifts in the child's level of intellectual reasoning depend in large part on the growth and functioning of the brain. So, in developing a wholesome, healthy, and happy child, parents can accomplish all this by meeting their physical, emotional, and intellectual needs. And chances are that parents will decrease the possibility in dealing with children that are difficult, that have difficult behavior, chances are that they will have to deal with a poor health and the child, or that the child will do poorly in school. As per the quote by Oscar Wilde says, the best way to make children good is to make them happy. Thank you.